But I got here, and it was really nice to get here. A lot of goats. A lot of goats. On the way down here, there's goats everywhere on the road. And at one stage I saw a goat sort of like just jumped out of the bush. And I thought it was going to come onto the road, and it had two kids with it, two baby kids. They were very cute. And yeah, they were gorgeous. I told my partner about those, and my sister, my daughter. And their question was, well, why didn't you pick them up? Can you imagine me getting out of the car, chasing goats? The farmers and all that, all the people around here will be looking out their window saying, who's that fella? Must be an Aucklander. So I told them, no, I didn't pick up a goat and the kids. Anyway, what would the motel have said when I turned up with them? They would have said, oh, look at that fella, he's an Aucklander. And you guys would have all heard about this strange guy who turned up with a goat and two kids. Very cute. But no, I'm not taking them back to Auckland. And then yesterday, when I finally arrived, I went for a run. So after the long drive, I thought I'd get out and go for a run. So I ran down here. Probably not this far. I don't think I got this far. But I went for a run and oh, so nice, so beautiful. The hour, oh, it's just so lovely. The place where I live is regarded as one of the hoods of Auckland. And, you should say, like, you know, you have your South Auckland and then you have your West Auckland. And like Otara and then Ranui, there's sometimes a bit of a competition. You know, like Ranui a few years back was, you know, saying to Otara, oh, we got more police call-outs than you guys did. You know, so there's a bit of that. But in saying that, there's not, you know, there's all different people in all areas. But my neighbourhood is pretty big and pretty loud in terms of the drama. Police helicopter is quite often over our house. You know, you guys don't have police helicopters. And that's quite, you know, that's quite special because up there we have constantly, it can be over your house, you know, and then you hear the sirens, and then sometimes you'll see the cars. It's full-on action in my area, and it comes to you. And it comes to you. It's not like you can hide from it. Like one day, when I was doing the dishes, a guy jumped the fence into my property and did a run down my driveway. And at the time I had a little dog, Charlie, and he went off. He started barking. Kia ora. Can you move over here? There's a seat here. Well, you don't have to take this one. Can I grab this one? And so yeah, he races down my driveway. This guy's just jumped the fence. My little dog runs off, so I have to go after my little dog. What are you doing? Come back here. Then the policeman jumps the fence. Now my little dog didn't go for the first guy who jumped the fence. He just watched him. But as soon as he sees the policeman, he's thinking, and he's only a little fella who thought he was a real big fella, and so he chases after the policeman trying to bite his leg. Go! And here's me behind him. Charlie, come back here, Charlie. So yeah, a lot of action in my area. But at the moment it's changed. So I'm a writer. Most days I sit at my table, sit at my desk, and I write. That's what I do most mornings. I haven't been able to do much of that lately. There's been a lot happening. There's all this building going on in my suburb. So across the road, on one section, there was a Housing New Zealand house. So what Housing New Zealand have done is in the middle of the night, they took that house away and they built 2 new houses there. And then another section on that, up still on the other side of the road, but a bit further down. But, you know, so one there, and here what they did was they picked the house up, they turned it sideways, took it right to the end of the property so they could fit 2 more in there. So it's just constant building. And so loud, man. You know, you look out the window and there's a guy there and he's holding this machine. It's a big square thing and he's holding it there and it like vibrates the ground, you know, it's getting the stones into place for when they put the cement in. And he's like, bum, 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 bum. And he's got his headphones on and he's still trying to have a conversation with someone. Hey! What? Was that right? You know, and then all sorts of noise. Chainsaws, diggers, everything. Here's me inside trying to write. Come on, man. So it has been really loud. Normally it's different sorts of noises. Normally it's dramas, you know, people having domestics, big fighting, big fights. I won't say too much because it's recording. I don't want this. Careful what I say. I don't want to upset any neighbours or anything. But it's still it's a lively neighbourhood. I mean, I can write in a cafe. I can take myself to a cafe. Like down here, I can go to a cafe and sit down and I can write. That's not a problem. So that sort of noise I'm okay with. But that vibrating, that huge big noise, and oh yeah, it's been huge. So they finally finished the 2 houses on the Housing New Zealand one, and they're still finishing those other ones. But right next to us, on the side, they're going to start, and they're going to put 4 in there. There's 1 house on there at the moment, but it's a big section, so they're going to put 4 in there, and those 4 are going to go all the way up, so that our sun in the winter will be blocked. But there you go. Hi, just a quick word to say that my books, including my latest for children, are available in-store and online. You can find a full list of my books at timtepene.com. If you're enjoying my content, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for your support. Now back to the video. Yeah. So I come down here. And I go for a walk down there. So, oh, this is so nice. I mean, listen to that. No sirens or anything. Nobody yelling at anyone. Well, I suppose you do have people yelling at others. That's everywhere, isn't it? Unfortunately, that's everywhere. Yeah. There's one partner, there's one couple across the road from me. Oh, I feel for them. She's been there a long time. She's been there the whole time I've been there. But the guy she's with, you know, he keeps coming back. Gets a new girlfriend, goes off again. Keeps coming back. Don't take him back! I said that to the video, but yeah, she needs to stop taking him back, because, yeah, come on, man. Yeah, enough of that. But every time he comes back, of course, she sort of lets him in, but then it's like clockwork. Give it a couple of days, she's out there screaming and yelling at him, you know, about all the fun he had and how dare he walk into her house and all that, as you know. And yeah, so lots of stuff going on. Police raids, a lot of police raids. Yeah, so I come down here, so you can see where I get a lot of my inspiration from my stories. That's why I'm sharing all this, because this is life. And I'm here, I'm a writer. I'm looking at all this stuff, like, you know, and then of course, a lot of my family get caught up in these sorts of dramas too. I don't. I try not to. I've made a point of trying not to. I've made a point of keeping myself, because I just don't like the dramas. I don't like all that stuff going on. You know, when your life is in turmoil and upside down and everybody's fighting, I prefer not to have that. And especially when I became a dad, I was very determined that my kids were not going to have that in the house. There wasn't going to be that sort of nonsense going on. I wanted to do things different. And I also got, you know, the drama's not good for our health. It's not good for us. I mean, I know I look old. Tried to keep looking young, but the dramas made me even older. But yeah, so, you know, I come down here and you've got this nice, oh, it's just a beautiful area. It's just a beautiful area. Now, I lived in a small, I grew up, spent a lot of time growing up in a small town just north of Auckland called Helensville. And and we lived even further up than that in a place called Kaupapa. And so we would drive to Helensville was our main centre. Not as big as here. Your place is bigger. Helensville's a lot smaller. And there's something about small towns, you know. In the small town, a lot of people can know you, can know your family. People can create stories about you too, rumours about you, spread them. There's things like that in small towns. I never liked that. And I caught up with a guy I used to go to school with. We went to Kaupapa College up there. And he was talking to me about how good it was to get out of the small town, to get away from there, because he just found that he didn't like all that around him. But with every area, there's good and bad. I mean, in my suburb, I know my neighbours, but we hardly ever talk because everybody's so busy, you know. Everybody's all doing their own thing. We talk sometimes. Usually it's to complain about all the building. So, you know, you come down here, people are much more friendly. You know, I was walking down there, people, and everybody I saw said hello to me. And that's really nice. But Rānui, sometimes you get that. Other times, you know, you say hello to someone, they're looking at you. What'd you say to me? They're like that, man. They're like that, you know, and it's like, there's a lot of people really divided up there, real angry at each other, and ready to go. Ready to go. So you've always got to have your wits about you up there. You've got to check people out as you're walking around the parks and that. You've got to, you know, is that person going to be okay, or do I need to watch myself, you know? Because sometimes too, they're high on stuff, and, you know, a lot of drugs in all our areas these days, and that's not nice at all.